Hi you guys, how are you doing? Hope you're all well. This is race number 12, Moto 2 Championship, and this is my home race of Silverstone. And you're supposed to win your home races, but as per usual, that didn't happen. And to be fair, I had a bit of a mare on this one. Not horrific, but it was tough. And this is a bloody long track, guys. This is well over 2 minutes for qualifying and lap times. And yeah, it got some nice sections, but I found this particularly difficult to get some of the corners right. And one of the things I'm going to talk about or address really is my general approach to this game and a lot of my games that I upload, and that is that I don't spend a lot of time on the tracks, individual tracks, or with the game before I race and upload. And this is pretty much the same for the MotoGP series that I'm uploading, Grid 2 videos, any of the dirt videos that I've done before, and even the Forza videos. I've only got 1 or 2 of those up, which is something I'm hoping to amend and go back to, along with hopefully F1 2012. Especially with the new one coming out, with the kind of like historical version or options to kind of go back and play with some of the famous F1 drivers of the past. I was very much likened to the I think it was it Tiger Woods, was it 13 or 14, where you could go back and replay with the classic players. And that's coming out to October time. But basically, guys, what is I don't get much time. I don't get much time free. You know, my job is quite demanding, and I only get 2 or 3 hours a night, and I don't want to play one game all night. So I don't give the games or the individual games enough time for me to truly kind of master the tracks or the mechanics of each individual game, because I like to jump in and out of 3 or 4 every night, or if I'm on every night, I like to try and do that, or play with friends, do a bit of multiplayer and whatnot. So that's why I'm hoping that kind of doesn't detract from the enjoyment of the races, and I'm hoping it gives it kind of like a I don't know, like an earthy kind of realistic feel, where you're just seeing somebody that's having a go, not a complete beginner, but just somebody that's you know, can manage the games, but you know, isn't an expert by any stretch of the imagination. And hopefully you just enjoy watching me either get good lap times or having a good race, or just messing it up completely. But there you go. At the minute I'm trying to do 2 or 3 games simultaneously. This is the main one at the moment, Grid 2. I've done almost like a full career playthrough. Well, I am in the process, sorry, of doing a full career playthrough. I've done a few walkthroughs or partial walkthroughs for some of the third-person adventure games, in particular things like the Hitman Absolution, which I absolutely love and I must go back to. I'm about halfway through a purist walkthrough for that game, and I'm on to try and finish that. And that was purely for a request for a friend of mine, and he wanted a walkthrough for that, so I've been trying that on purist difficulty, and I've got to admit that's hard. That's been hard in places. So I'm going to go back and finish that. The other one is a WRC. I'm about 60 to 70% of the way through my career on that one, and it's the Road to Glory mode, and if you get a chance, check that out as well. It's the same developers as this game, guys, and again, some of the criticisms have been levelled at this one, I should say, the same that have been levelled at the WRC games, and that is that visually they're just not quite as pretty as they should be, or nice, and especially regarding the age of the console. If you go back to the original Xbox or the PS2, the games that were coming out towards the end of those console lifespan were kind of like quite amazing for what they got technically, and especially when you can see that, or have seen trailers for GTA 5, and the fact that's running on current gen technology is pretty amazing. But I'm assuming this is kind of down to money, and the other thing as well is that nobody seems interested in picking up the licenses for MotoGP. the Superbike games, or indeed the WRC rally games. And it appears from what I've been reading and the comments from other YouTubers and so, you know, interviews and whatever else, it seems that the rally fans and bike racing fans, what they want is they want full-on sim games, and they don't want arcade based games. And this is very similar to what I was talking about in a previous grid video about having options. That if you find the game is too easy, you can take all the assists off. Forza Turn 10, they've been doing it for years, so I don't see why other people can't. And the only thing that seems to be holding these guys back, when I'm talking about these guys, I mean Milestone, it seems to be that they're either restricted by a lack of personnel, so they can't have enough people working on the product to get it out in time to a higher standard, or it's money, or a combination of the two. I'm not sure which, but I think it's a missed opportunity. There's enough people interested in motorsport to be able to try and appease all elements of the market, not just arcade racing games. And that's why I feel it's a shame when these games don't get the credit they deserve, because at least these guys are trying to do something real with the games, even though it's not always as successful as it should be. Anyway guys, once again, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please get time, give it a like, a comment and a subscribe, and I'll hopefully catch you up on the next one. Just a quick one, sorry, I should just say before I leave it, there's no replay on this. The laps were long enough, and I didn't really want to be sticking up a 20-minute video just for the sake of a replay, so that one's not on there this time. Again, any kind of feedback is more than welcome and appreciated. So thanks again guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.
Our director will be taking us to Parc Fermé shortly to watch the celebrations on the podium, but first let's quickly check out the final position.